Fine. I'm just going back for the recording to as well again. Yeah, coming on here actually. So we have like a data source settings actually. So what we have is something like what is called as a data source settings. So when you just see this particular data source settings, this what exactly this will tell you is like, so what is the source path? Source is nothing but the file that you are consuming. Okay. What is the source path? This will give you. If you would like to edit it also, that's also possible. You can able to edit this particular thing. The other options that you have it here is the very important one that is called as a transform data. So once if you click on this particular transform data, now your Power Query editor will open. And the language that we were using here is called as an M query. Okay. I'm not scaring you by telling the names, but don't it's just for your information that an M query language that we are going to use it, but it is completely an automated language through GUI, that is a graphical user interface. We are going to change the options, then automatically it's going to write the code over there. Okay, don't be scared that we are not going to write the code. The software itself is going to write the code. And so how we will see that actually. Now, once if I click on this Power Query editor, that is where like I just came into a transform data, and this the options, everything will be changed over here. Now, if I would like to see this, remove the rows, and I was checking if there is any duplicate rows, that please remove it. So the duplicates. So then automatically, if any duplicate rows are coming, it will remove this. So every time you can able to see there are 8 columns and then there are the 8 rows actually. Okay, so I don't have the duplicate, so that's why. So whatever the operations that I'm doing it, now see this table.distant has changed type of a code. This is the duplicate, to remove the duplicate, this is the syntax. But we are not writing that particular inquiry. We were just simply using these options and then we were doing this. Okay. So this is how actually you can able to do this thing. Okay. When you are want to undo these particular operations, you can simply go and click on this one. You can able to do these things. Okay. Now, coming on this is the code where I don't want to see these particular last 2 columns. So you can just go as simple as an Excel that how we are going. You are just simply filtering these options and you uncheck these 2 and then just give OK. Now you see this, the filtered rows, it happened, right? So you can able to see these things. Now for this actually, whatever it is there, here if you see this is an ABC, right? That is in a string format. But if you would like to put this as an integer now, that you can able to go for this one. It's a whole number, you can able to fix this. Okay, but if you would like to fix this as a whole number, that's not possible. Error it is coming, see this one. It's all like a div. So the data types is also very, very important. So when you just go for this one, when you are trying to come back, actually, it's changing the column times or all these particular things. And okay, replace the current. If you see this one, then automatically you can able to see the old values over here. So this is how you can able to change any kind. If you just click on this particular columns, or if you would like to change the column names, that you can able to see these things. Okay. Now,
can you brief about like the data types?
Sorry, can you be a little louder?
Can you brief about data types?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that too as well. I'll do that too as well. Okay. So data types is nothing but there is an option actually. I will show you all those particular things and then that particular point of time I'll come. See, as I told you over here, when you see only the numbers, actually that's an integer. When you see only the letters, that it is a string. When you see only the numbers, suppose there is a precision numbers like this. For example, you have something like 305.762. That is like a precision also you have it. That's where like we were defining it as a whole numbers and all. So how many data types that you have it? If you would like to see that how many data types that you have it, you have these many data types. Sorry, you have these many data types actually. It can be a decimal number, that's where like 0.12 you can see, or it can be a fixed decimal number, or it can be a whole number, it can be a percentage, it can be a date and time, or it can be only a date, or it can be only a time, or it can be a date time with a time zone. It can be a duration in terms of like seconds, and as simple as I would like to say that when we are dealing with some material properties or like some dimensions, we simply says that the units of a stress, I am going to say it's like an MPa or GPa, and the length of my geometry, I'm going to say it's in or in meters. So as simple as here also, each and every column that I need to represent their units. Their units are nothing but my data types. Okay, so you can understand in this in a better way. So now what is the units of my code? The code always I would like to represent in terms of numbers, so that numbers is nothing but my integer. I'm going to tell that. So an integer, again, when I go for a time, actually, I would like to tell this in terms of seconds or minutes or days. So in that particular cases, I'm going to choose my data type as like a duration. Okay, so the data types you can simply assume in your mind is similar to that of units, not exactly the same, but similar to that of units, you can say that. Okay, so if my units are an then I'm going to put it as an like it's a quality, it's a type, it's going to define this particular things and all. Okay, so how many types of numbers that we have? It like a whole number, decimal number, fixed numbers, scientific numbers, all these things are there. So these are the best possible ways that we can able to define it over here. Okay, so when you have like a string type, then you are going to define this as a text format and all. Okay, this is nothing but your, this is all the best possible ways of your data types, you can say. Okay. On screen. Button, page up, page down, and screen is done. So fine, take that as an image. These are the best possible data types that we have it over here. These are the best possible data types that we have it. So based upon the data that we were going to define this thing. Fine. So these are the best things that we can able to see it over here. So you can just start looking into this whenever any kind of a data that when you are looking at. So try to understand this, which type of a data it was actually. So Power BI is having a capacity to understand this particular data types automatically, but you should also be in a position to understand whether the data coming is good or bad to us. Now, this is a code. I would like to rename this particular column. So you can just simply right click on this. And if you would like to rename this, you can just go for this rename, and then you can simply write it as a ID instead of a code that I would like to make this particular column as a ID. Now for the renaming this is the code actually. Code is the name and the ID is the one that I'm doing it. So that the rename columns, this is the M query for that one, but we are not writing the query. Automatically, it's going to generate this particular queries over here. So what I will do, I can suggest is like, I can just give you some links actually. You can just start using that links. Parameters. Okay, let me do this. Download sample CSV files. So you have some CSV files over there. See, organizations data that you have it, or some CSV files, please CSV file with 100 records, 1,000 records, 10,000 records. So start using this one. Try to download these particular files. So, so use this particular thing. Use this particular thing to get the CSV files, and then you can start playing with this particular CSV files. Download it from there, and then you can start using those things. This particular image also I will be sharing with you guys. So this is an application that you can able to use it. If you would like to create any kind of an architectural diagrams, this will also help you out. And the beauty I can show you here, like if you have like a file, export this as JPEG. The device I would like to save this also. Or BI session 1. Okay, so the same actually I will show you. Okay, I'm sharing you the image of this. So the good thing is like, if you would like to edit anything and if you want to convert that into your reading format, actually what you can do, you can just simply go to open this link, go to file, and then you can just import from your device. You can just go import from device and choose that image, and then the image will open here and it will be in the editable format only. The image will be in the editable format. Okay, so start using this one. And today evening we were meeting it. I would like to bring some an agile page also for you guys, or else let me do one thing. If I'll try to create that particular things also. I've not created a page for us, but how it looks and all I can show that. It's a Azure bots, but I would like to recommend, I have a limited users for this one. So this is where like whatever the tasks that we have done, so we will move it, and whatever our discussions and all, everything will be recorded over here. And then in the discussion part that you can just keep adding your discussions and all. So something like if you have discussed something, so what is my code for this? I have just kept this particular entire code over there. And if there is any related attachments to this, I can able to attach this. So the videos, the classes, everything that you can able to see it in this way. So if you just go for this particular wiki pages and all, that's where you can see these things, how we have done each day link also, you can able to see this. So this is how I would like to bring this agile for our Power BI training sessions also, so that you will be familiar with the other technology as well, along with the Power BI. So slowly I'll just try to bring that particular thing. With this, I would like to take a pause over here, and please let me know if you have any queries that we will discuss. Am I audible? Right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel in overall actually? Is it good for you all? Will you able to follow it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
for
can able
me,
to.
since I have missed the first start session, I need to go through that once to get the clear picture.
Yeah,
Then
sure.
I can able to catch up, I think.
Yeah, sure. Please do let me know if you have any difficulties that we can discuss it. Okay, as a simple, I can say that in this particular 1 hour that we have seen only a one option, like how to read the data and how to transform the data. In transform data also, the very basics that we have seen, not in detail. In the coming classes that we are going to see in detail actually. So coming up to the classes that when we are going is, we are going to see something like in detail about this particular data reading. So the few options that we can see is like what what are the data transformations, how we can name them, how to resolve that inconsistency, how to handle with the null values, or how to append the data, how to merge the queries, what is a pivot and unpivot. So those things that we will see in the evening session today. I hope is all fine with you all guys. Like we can catch up today evening at 9:15 to 9:45 again. It's just a half an hour session.
Yeah, sure, no issues.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, fine. We'll use the same Zoom. I think, if it's a half an hour session, Zoom is fine because it allows us for 40 minutes. Or if you're comfortable with Teams, then that's also fine.